All right, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. On this week's episode, we have Goran Vrabec, CEO and founder of Volim Ljuto. Volim Ljuto is the biggest and most popular Croatian hot sauce brand and has grown tremendously while partnering with other local brands to bring more spice to Croatia. Their products can be found in over 300 restaurants and 50 shops across Croatia, and in this episode, we'll learn how it all started from a small farm in Zagorje and how the company is growing and expanding into a must-have brand name. Goran, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. And I saw that you were voted Croatia's best young farmer last year in 2021.
Yeah.
And farming is something that at least I think of as something that's passed down through, family, through generations like that. Can you tell us a little bit about, where you're from and your upbringing?
hmm So I'm from Igrišće. It's a small village in Hrvatsko Zagorje region, 25 kilometers from Zagreb. I've grown up here, and agriculture actually wasn't my first choice. Actually, never. I hated it. So I don't have actually like heritage from agriculture. It's a little bit different because my parents they did some agriculture while I was growing up, but it was my mom was actually a bookkeeper and my father was a car mechanic. And they started agriculture with something like heritage because it was customary in our region to have, I don't know, like two cows, maybe four pigs, and some chickens and stuff. So we got rid of that and we got into commercial agriculture. We were growing strawberries for some time. We were growing lettuce, all kind of salads and something. But it was really small side business for them. And while I was growing up, I was helping them with it. And I didn't actually like it. I hated it because when I came home from school, I wanted to go to be with my friends, but I had to work, and no matter the weather, if it was raining or it was cold, it always had to be done. So I hated it, and I wanted to go to college and never do the agriculture. But during the college, I was in the fair. It's electrotechnical, it's IT college actually,
Mm-hmm.
simply said. And I wanted to be a programmer. And while there, things actually changed a little bit for me, and I realized that wasn't everything I wanted to do. And actually, I got involved with food first as a hobby, and then I got introduced to chili peppers through friends and online ordering and stuff like that. And there was actually nothing in Croatia except Tabasco sauce that was actually spicy. So I actually, it was a hobby. So I ordered some chili pepper seeds from, I don't know, eBay or something. I can't really remember. It was more than 10 years ago, and I gave it to my mom. So and asked her, so can you please grow these 20 seeds for me? I want to have chili peppers at home. She said, of course. She said yes, and we got first crops and few kilos of chili peppers. It was really too much for me. It was like I want to just to try if it will grow in Croatia, because it's like exotic plants and stuff, and we never had experience with it. So we tried and succeeded, and I didn't want to throw that away. I had 5 kilos that would like suffice me for, I don't know, 10 years to come if it was only for me. So I found some recipes online for hot sauce. I made it, and I made it as a Christmas gift for my friends. I had a friend who was designer, so we designed labels that said Vrabasco because I was Vrabec, and that took really well with friends, and that's supposed to be it. It never meant to be a business. I wanted to give a great Christmas gift to my friends, but after a few months. People started calling me and giving me feedback, even people I didn't know, because somehow those sources came to them. Wow, this is great. We would like more. So I decided, okay, maybe I could do some more. It was I think it was vanity. When you get positive feedback, you want to do it more. But it was still a side job. It wasn't there wasn't a business plan. It wasn't a project. It was I loved doing it, and I loved that people loved what I do. You know
Mhm.
that was that was all the idea. And then I sat with my parents and asked them, so can I get one greenhouse to plant few hundred plants? And they said, okay, we'll we'll give you and we'll help you with it. So if you want to play with it, go ahead. They didn't take it seriously. And if I'm honest, I didn't also take it too much seriously. It was like I don't know, side hobby, side job. No, not job. It wasn't commercial at all at that time. And after that season, I went. I made like, I don't know, 800 sauces or something. It was really, 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 really much, much more than I expected. And I started to go to fairs, and people started buying it, and it wasn't cheap, and people just wanted it. And we were like, I made a web shop to it was first it was the idea to write blogs for people who like hot stuff, and to make a community out of it, to see if there is interest for for, for chili peppers. But it ended up as a web shop because I had knowledge how to make it, and it ended up as a web shop, and we started selling online, and it went really well. We sold out those 800 sauces like to Christmas. In a few months we were sold out. And then that was the moment. It was uh, 2013, around Christmas, when we sat all together, my parents, my girlfriend, and I, and we decided, okay, there is something in this. Let's do this. Let's do this seriously. And that was actually the real beginning of when we started to really took that seriously. And the next year I went full time in it, and my parents and my girlfriend. So it was like 2 years of playing, and after it we realized, wow, there is something in it, and we started to develop, invest money, and start to grow a company.
Uh-huh. And those first 800 sauces that you sold, were those all the same recipe, all one
No,
like
actually,
flavor?
I think four different flavors and heats, because they were like single chili pepper was inside, and chili pepper has a heat, and it was like, I don't know, I think from the beginning I gave it like 1 to 5 star rating on
Mm.
heat. That was the idea. So they were like, I think we never had the heat one, because none of the peppers were mild enough to make it to one. So we started from two. I think that the sauces were two, three, four, and five.
Uh-huh.
The first ones.
Huh. And now what's the culture around hot sauce in Croatia? Because for me personally, if I go somewhere like say a kebab place and they ask, ljuti or blagi. To me,
Yeah,
the ljuti is like barbecue sauce and the blagi is like ranch almost. Like it
yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. That's it.
but what's like the
Well,
common do
okay.
Croatians
So in Croatia, actually, there was no culture around hot sauce. It was when we started, it was non-existent product. Thankfully there was internet, and people started exploring international kitchen, and they learned that there are like a lot of uses for hot sauce. And during the time, we for first 5 years we went like for more than 50 fairs around Croatia, primarily, okay, to sell something, but primarily to get known to people, and to see what they like, and to introduce them our product. So this is a hot sauce. So what do you do with it? How do you apply it? In Croatia, it was chili peppers were used as dried and ground product.
Mhm.
That was it. People didn't know how to use the hot sauce, but it's even more easier to use it than the ground chili pepper. So when you teach people, you have to teach people the culture of using it, and we did it. We are doing it now for more than 10 years, and now people actually know what the hot sauce is. When we started, it was incredible. To when I remember, like, wow, those are like, what? How do you do that? What do I do with this? It's liquid. I don't know. I don't, well, how? And today it's like normal to have a hot sauce at home and use it. So
Uh,
the we I hope that we achieved at least a part of it, by pushing our hot sauces and chili products. I'm sure that we did part of it, but the large part of it was the promotion of international kitchen in Croatia, because all of a sudden with the internet and the cooking shows and stuff, the international kitchen came, and chili peppers are like the not the dominant part, but the integral part of some foreign kitchens.
hmm. Well, I know here in Zagreb, for example, there's a lot more international restaurants also opening up,
Yeah,
so I'm sure that
yeah,
that helps as well.
yeah, definitely. In the last few years, there were like first we had a lot of burgers, American kitchen steaks and stuff. Now it's more like Asian kitchen,
Hmm.
uh, and Asian kitchen is also well known for chili as an integral ingredient. So that's also good for us.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. What's the process behind, nowadays making the hot sauce?
Okay, so the whole process takes at least a year,
Wow.
because yeah, from we're doing everything from seed to finished product, and we germinate seeds at in February. Then the plants are growing in a greenhouse, heated greenhouse, until the mid of April. Then we plant them in outside greenhouses. They grow for a few months. Then we have harvest from, I don't know, like August to October. Then we harvest them. Then we clean them, and then we ground them, and put them in a fermentation chambers. Fermentation is a process. You actually we ground the fresh peppers, add some salt, put it in a barrels, and lock it up tightly. But there has to be I don't know how it's called in English. The air has to come out, because CO2 is
Uh-huh.
generated, and if you would keep it completely shut, it would blow. The barrel would blow, So
Hmm.
it has to have an air release, and it's a really nice sound when you have like 20 barrels, and you hear it, bloop, 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 bloop. And that process actually it's wild fermentation. We don't use starters.
Hmm.
Uh, that process takes around 1 month to complete, but that process for the active fermentation. But after that, we leave it in the barrels for at least 5 more months. So it comes to the other February when we can actually make the hot sauce. We strain the peppers, remove the seeds and skin. We have the essence, and we add other ingredients, like our hot sauces is always based on at least 80% chili peppers. We call them chili sauces. You can't call something chili sauce if it has like 5%, of chili peppers. It's not the main ingredient. That's my philosophy. If something is a hot sauce, it should have the main chili peppers as main ingredient.
Hmm.
And then we add like the standard. We don't have much ingredients in the hot sauces. At least not in our basic line. Basic, like the bestseller line, fermented sauces. 80% chili peppers, vinegar, salt, some sugar for balance, not the sweetness, and maybe some spices, and that's it. That's it. Not a lot. Not a lot. There's no like secret ingredient, they put in it. Like chili peppers. That's a secret ingredient.
Uh-huh. Well, it
And
sounds
that's
like
the
it's
process.
almost like, sorry, go ahead.
The whole process takes about a year, from the start to finish. So that's we even recorded a video that we put on YouTube, like I don't know, a year ago, that pictures the whole process, from seedlings to the finished hot sauce.
And how many flavors of hot sauce do you have?
Wow, that's a difficult question. We are a little bit overdoing it, because we have our basic line, and our basic line is 9 hot sauces. That
Hmm.
is like our best selling sauces, and what we do is our core line. and that is what we do for supermarkets and for online and for everybody who wants to sell them. But we have more than 30 different hot sauces and 30 other chili products like pickled jalapenos, like we are making honey mustard with chili peppers. We are making some ground peppers. Well, I think actually we have more than 200 SKUs on our web shop, like
Wow.
gift packages and stuff. Yeah, we went really wide. that's that, that's good because we have a wide selection on our web shop, but it's not good if you wanna focus on one product and make it scalable, because
Hmm.
you can't scale 50 products. Well, you can, but you don't have so much money. You have to invest like I don't know how many million euros to scale all the 50
Yeah.
products. Because it's not so easy scalable.
Huh.
So
Well,
we
I
are
wanted to
focusing.
say, sorry, I wanted to say the process of making it when you were describing it, it almost sounds like making rakia out of the chili peppers. You keep it in the barrel and let it
Well,
ferment.
well, something like that. Yeah, yeah. You ferment. It's similar to beer actually. You
Mm.
ferment beer. So it's something like that also, but the process takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because when you make wine or rakia, it's the fermentation is not so long. We have to
Mhm.
wait. Currently, we have 6 months, but we are planning on doing it for at least a year when we expand our capacity, because the taste is even better when it's fermenting more.
Huh. So like wine, then it gets better
Yeah,
with
yeah,
age.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We tried for up to 3 years, but the 1 year would be optimal because beyond 1 year you don't get that much
Hmm.
of flavor. So one year would be optimal, but currently we don't have the capacity, to store it for 1 year. We are too small. I think that will be in next 2 to 5 years. We will grow so much that we'll be able to store it for 1 year.
Hmm. Do you guys have plans to expand then soon? And if
Yeah,
so, are there any challenges to doing that?
yeah, sure, sure. There are. We have currently we are investing in new filling line. That is really necessary because there is currently a lot of labor and a lot of job to make hot sauces, and this would speed up and make the process cheaper. That is the first investment we are going in it now, and but the production time is more than a year, so we will finish that project in a year or so. And the next big project on which we also started working is new production facilities, and that is like the lifetime investment. That is something I have to decide actually if I want to do, because it's like I don't know, more than 2 million euros to
Wow.
to invest, and actually I think we could get funding. It's not such a big deal. It would be like credit line for I don't know 15 years or something. Then we could do it, but it's like more on a personal base. Now that is like okay, if I'm going into this, it's like forever. You're in it. There's no like okay, I can still like okay, I'll sell that. I can do something else. I don't want to. Don't get me wrong. I'm all in, but this is like when you're buying an apartment. For yourself. It's like you're buying it for life.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
a bit
big
actually
decision.
it's a big decision. But we'll go into it. It's like not I'm afraid, but it hits you. When you okay, so you're not now you will own like 2 million euros to someone. Okay, that's
Hmm.
you have to. It's a big deal.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Wow. Well, as far as you're also expanding in terms of collaborating with other companies, a lot
Sure.
of and restaurants as well. A lot of restaurants are offering your hot sauce. I was down in
Mm-hmm.
Makarska for the summer. I forget the name of the restaurant. But it's like a really fancy, I
Well,
guess you could say, restaurant.
yeah, actually, we are working with a few restaurants down there. I can't tell you exactly which ones because I'm not in sales. My colleague is in sales, so I can't keep up with it. It's
Uh-huh.
like it's currently more than 500 restaurants, so
Yeah, wow.
it's really taking on. So
Yeah.
I can't keep up with it.
In that restaurant, I forget what it was called, but it was really good. And they offered the sauces, and we were trying it. I was there with my girlfriend and my sister, and that was the first time that I had actually tried Volim Ljuto sauce because I had seen it before, but then at
Hmm.
this restaurant, and I
Yeah, was
tried
it good?
I think it was 3 stars of like
Huh?
heat, and it
Like
was too much for me because I can't handle. I'm not good with spice.
yeah, yeah. Then you should start with something milder, definitely.
Yeah. And then also I was at Submarine Burger the other day,
Hmm.
and they offer that as well. But I also saw that you guys did a how do you had like an event. They have some new spicy burger, and there was like
Yeah,
an
yeah. We
event who
had
can
a
handle the
Yeah,
spiciest.
yeah, we had the competition in eating hot burgers, and it was like insane. Those people, we didn't expect that, we thought that there were like five hot burgers. We made them really, really insanely hot, but four of them made it to the last one, so we had to make another one. It was like I never seen that in my life. Those guys, I give them most respect to what they did. I thought they would die, but they made it. It was really great. It was really interesting for people. So
What's your tolerance of spice like? Can you handle the hottest peppers?
yes, I can handle the hottest peppers, but it's not. Uh, I enjoy heat in a way that it enhances the flavor.
Mm,
It shouldn't take over, and that's the point. That's our whole philosophy. You should find your level of heat and use it. It's not there's no pride in like, oh yeah, I'm eating the hottest sauce. Yeah, of course you can eat it, you won't die of it, but you won't feel any other taste, and that's not the idea. I can eat it, but I don't like it because I can't feel anything else. It's
mm,
too much. But everyone has its limits. So they are like the hottest sauce, and there are people that can eat it, and it is okay for them. So because each of us has a different tolerance level. And when someone says, "Oh, this is not hot for me," and you try it, and then you die. It's really, really, really different for each of us. So
mm.
that's why we make so many different levels of heat, so everyone can find what they like.
Yeah, it's more about adding flavor than who can
Yeah,
handle
yeah, yeah.
the
Because
hottest.
the chili peppers and heat is they're a natural flavor enhancer. It enhances the flavor, but if only if you do it right. If you put the right amount. If you overdo it, it's not good.
That's true, yeah. Are you, speaking of overdoing it, are you guys experimenting with any like peppers to try and create even hotter or spicier peppers? Because
Well,
I know people in
no.
the US, I guess that's
Yeah, yeah, but it's cross pollination is like really, really, really a serious process, and we weren't trying to do it so far. We tried some cross pollinating. We had some good, some bad results, but we didn't try to get hot pepper because the heat, it depends on a lot of factors. Of course it depends on genetics, on predisposition of peppers to be heat, but to be hot, but it's also depends on the climate. And I think in Croatia we can get as hot as the peppers as in some other parts of the world. you know
mm,
that's also because it depends on the how much sun you have, how much warmth you have, how much you water them. It depends on nearly everything. It depends on the season. I can see on our sauces there's like a heat margin of +10 or -10%. From season to season, because I don't know, like this season we had immensely a lot of sunshine, and the peppers are a lot more hot. Well, not a lot, but it's like 5 to 10% hotter than the last season when we had a month of rain. You know and
interesting.
it really makes a big difference. So when you can't define this is habanero, it's like 300,000 scovels. No, it always has a range, from like 150,000 to 350,000. There
Oh,
is
so
no
there's a
like
lot of factors that go
yeah,
into
they're plants, they're live beings, and they're not like you can't standardize it like each one will be the same. On the same plant, you get peppers that are like very, very different in heat.
That makes sense. Yeah. Goran, I saw you guys have a new podcast series that you put out that's similar to in the US. It's called Hot Ones, where they interview people and you eat,
Yeah.
spicy things, and you guys have a similar format to that. Can you talk about that?
Well, it's not we didn't want to do like the exact same format. It already exists, and it's okay. Hot Ones is a great show, so we didn't want to copy it exactly. We're doing something like how to explain it. The people try chili pepper, and then they recite a popular Croatian song, and it's really funny, And then there are like a few questions for the guests, and then we just finished filming the first season of ten episodes, and each one is airing on our YouTube channel weekly, and then we'll see where to go from that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll put a link in the podcast description so anyone
Sure,
who
thanks
wants
very
to
much.
can watch that. I saw you had Riva Fish on there. I interviewed him a
Yeah,
few weeks ago for this. A great
yeah,
guy.
he was yeah, yeah. I know him for like 10 years, and yeah, he's a really great guy.
Goran, as we're winding down here, I just want to thank you for taking the time to come on the podcast and ask you one last question.
Hmm.
That what typical Croatian food or food that's popularly eaten here in Croatia gets better with hot sauce, and what gets worse?
Oof. I don't know what gets worse. I'm the wrong person to ask. I put somehow my hot sauce on everything. It's like I never got anything worse with hot sauce. But that's like
Uh,
you you have to love it. So I can't say anything gets worse. But what gets better? Well, first talking of traditional Croatian food, it's like really hard because there are not a lot of things traditionally Croatian. So, but the hot sauces, as I imagine them, are really because we went for a like American model. The pizza is always better with hot sauce. The burgers and or the barbecue. That's always better. Okay, so in Croatia we also have like our local barbecue. So I would say every meat is better with hot sauce, so something like that. But traditional food, I don't know. I wouldn't mess with it too much, because it would be a sacrilege if I told you, yeah, yeah, you can put hot sauce on sarma. Yeah, you can. I'm eating it, but I don't think
yeah.
that would it would went well with some people. They wouldn't accept it. It's because it's what we do is actually not traditional. And I wouldn't want to like say, okay, so you put hot sauce on sarma. My grandpa did it, so no.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's good. Yeah.
So you'll do it, but you won't promote it.
Yeah, of course, I'll do it. I will promote it on my channels, but I won't say it's traditional.
Yeah,
I don't want to, because we're not a traditional business. We're in business for 10 years, and like there's no tradition of hot sauce in Croatia. Like we started it. Now maybe it is tradition because we're 10 years on the market, but it takes
yeah.
a lot more than that to make it traditional.
That's true, yeah. But I mean, Volim Ljuto is really becoming a brand name. I see you guys everywhere. So I'm really thankful that I got a chance to have you guys on the podcast. And thank you for coming on. Yeah, Goran, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you.